Next worshiping song, Joy to the World, and then we'll have reflection of Christmas present. Expression.
Explain them what it is. Christmas past.
Huh?
Christmas past. Tell them what it is so they'll know.
Oh, okay, Christmas past. It's just think about past Christmas, what happened, and if there's something that you want to discuss that happened in the past Christmas, you're happy to do that. 2 minutes.
No more than 2 minutes.
Anyone?
You might have to start us off, but then move.
Okay, so I will do worshiping song, Joy to the.
No, give us a Christmas pass. Give us one when you pass.
Okay, one of our Christmas, like I most of it as a memory. Every Christmas I used to like to pass postcards and things that we get, Christmas postcards. I like that. I pass string through them and hang them up on the wall. That's how I used to do it when I was growing up. You know, it helps with the season. And plus it helps the house. It helps bring the memories back. As a real thing. For us, Christmas is celebrated for us differently every year. It keeps changing. So we try to keep something from the past and bring it into the present. Okay? Amen.
Amen. I have one. I remember when I was a young soldier. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, I didn't know. One of my favorites when I was a young soldier, the first time I was separated from my mother, my father, and the world. I went to Germany, and I was in Germany. I think I was in a place called Gelhaus in Germany, and it was an out of control place for young soldiers, anybody at that time. But it was Christmas time, and we were restricted to the barracks. We couldn't go anywhere. The only place we could go with a detail with us was to the dining facility and straight back, because we had just got there, and I didn't, what they call it, I didn't get to my unit yet, and we were on like lockdown. And lo and behold, somebody at the dining facility remembered us. That not only we got a meal, but the mess sergeant, I didn't really know them. They brought us a special, a container with extra food. And when you're a young soldier, you eat all the time, anytime, when you smell, you know what I'm trying to say. And they remembered us because we're on lockdown. Now, y'all might not get it, but when you got about 20, 25 young men tied up in a little area, we on lockdown, that was Christmas. God bless you.
Amen.
Anybody else?
Things that I remember during my Christmas past, growing up as a young child. I didn't grow up with my mom because she was here. So it's like every 2 years, she usually come home. So I always look forward to that, because every 2 year Christmas, she's coming home. I know I'm going to get new dresses, new shoes, and toys. So I always look forward for that. So that's my Christmas class.
Yeah.
My Christmas past, I remember my first Christmas away from home in the military. I went to what is called a technical training. After you go to basic training, you go to what is called a technical school. When I completed my technical school, it was around about Thanksgiving time. So I knew during Christmas, I was definitely going to be on the base working. And so the day before, the group commander, he came to my gate and he saw me, and he asked me, he said, "Where are you working at tomorrow?" And I said, "Sir, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going to be working." He says, "I'm going to find you tomorrow and I'm going to bring you food." Now, I have no stripes at this time on my sleeve. I'm nobody. And I'm looking at this man, he's a full-blood colonel, and I'm thinking, there is no way he is going to come find me on Christmas Day just to bring me a plate of food.
All right.
And so the next day, I'm on my gate. It's Christmas Day. People are just waving, keep going. You know, there's a few cookies passed out, but for the most part, people are just trying to get to their family. So they have no time for you at the gate. They're just driving right past you. So I see a government vehicle pull up, and I see the eagle on the placard. So I know it's a colonel. And so they pull over, and I'm like, uh-oh, what have I done? Because if a colonel comes up to your gate and pulls over, you probably done something wrong.
All right.
So he gets out, he's in civilian clothes. But I recognize him, and I say, hey, Colonel Mitchell, how you doing, sir? And I salute him, and he says, get in the gate shack. Yes, sir. So I go in, and he gets out. It wasn't a plate, it was a platter.
Oh.
It was a platter full of food. Just everything that they had served in his house that day. He brought that platter out so I could have some food. He stood at my gate in civilian clothes and waved traffic for me for the next hour.
Wow.
It was the funniest thing I ever seen because, again, he's a colonel.
Yeah.
So he don't care about nobody coming through the gate. So people coming in, he says, go, hurry up and go, go. And so people are driving slow because they want their salute. And then they see who it is, they hurry up and take off because they realize who he was. But it was a very great experience for me, being brand new to the military, being away from home for the first time. And it was just a memorable past Christmas. Thank you.
Amen. Amen.
One of the memorable Christmas past that I remember is when I was younger, my sister and I, for Christmas, my mom would always, my mom would get us up, she would dress us alike, we would be dressed alike, and she would take us to Rockefeller Center. Every year we would go to Rockefeller Center, then we would go to the movies, and then we would go to out to eat. And it was a big treat for us because that was the one time a year we actually ate out. We never, we really couldn't afford to eat out. So my mom once a year would treat us. And even though it was always the Chinese restaurant around the corner, but at least it felt wonderful to sit at a table, sit at a restaurant, and be able to eat a meal because it was such a big treat for us because that's something that we were able to do. So Christmas was always special like that, going to see Rockefeller and being able to eat out that time of the year.
All right.
Amen.
You have time for one more? Anybody? One more?
Hi. I have so many Christmas pasts that I can think about.
Is that on?
Turn it on. I have so many Christmas pasts that I can think about, but I'm not going to talk about my children. I'm going to talk about me growing up. I remember one particular Christmas, we were getting excited. You're a child. You're going to probably get toys. You're going to get something. You're not exactly sure what it is. And your parents sometimes ask you to make a list of what you may want for Christmas. And so, growing up, you may not have always gotten exactly what you wanted, but you always, if you were taught to be thankful and be grateful for what you did receive, because those were blessings in our household. So I remember I wanted this doll, and it was like a smaller version of me. You could go and see a doll. Oftentimes, people of color, you always got other colored dolls.
Yes.
So I remember when I was so excited, they were like, you better go to sleep, you better go to sleep. Santa's gonna come, you better go to sleep. And I was like, yeah, right, Santa's gonna come. And so I was like, okay, we'll go to sleep. And at some point we used to go, my mom didn't know this, my dad didn't know this either. We knew that they were Santa. And so we would go and open the little boxes and try to, look at the paper so we can see the toys or whatever. And so they knew that, they figured out we were doing that. So I remember I got up and I had on, you all may not remember, because you may say little kids only wore those blanket sleepers. Well, they had some for older kids as well. And so I remember being in a red blanket sleeper, and I was so excited. And my mom was like, "What are you looking for?" And I said, "I'm just looking around the tree." And they said, "Okay." They were like, "Okay, you can open your gifts." And I ended up getting a doll that looked like me, that was almost my size.
Wow.
And I was like, "Oh my goodness!" I was so excited. So I was able to walk around, with a doll that was almost my size. And I think at the time I was probably 6 years old.
Wow.
So that's one of my Christmas pasts.
All right. Good, sis.
Okay, let's join in
Worshiping song, Joy to the World. Of Christmas present.
An example.
Yeah, come on.
So, an example of the Christmas present is what you're planning on doing this Christmas. How you're going to celebrate this Christmas, with family. It's kind of hard this Christmas, you're not able to get together to celebrate Christmas as we used to because of virus. So, it's a lot of changes for the past 2 years to Christmas. So, whatever you're planning on doing this year, just be safe.
New traditions.
What are you playing? Present.
What we plan on doing is staying home.
That's a good one.
See, on Christmas, the whole family used to get together. We used to rent a hall because the family is so big, and we used to get together, and grandkids, nieces, nephews, everybody from out of town used to come. But can I do it this year? We're not able to do it last year, and we're not able to do it this year. So this year, everybody just plan on staying home and enjoy their Christmas home.
Amen.
I don't know which microphone here. They're both. All right. Well, so Christmas present. Again, this Christmas of 2021 is unlike, previous Christmases. But one thing that's special for me, this is my first Christmas in my current residence. So Christmas home alone has been kind of, exciting, and silent nights have been wonderful. But one cool thing that's been cool about this Christmas, since this is my first Christmas in my, where I live now, it's been fun to kind of figure out, okay, how do I want to decorate? What tradition do I want to do on my own? And be able to balance that with, Christmas with, with family members. It's been just kind of cool to kind of figure out what Christmas is going to look like, in my home. And hopefully Christmas 22, I'll be in another new residence with a mortgage. But until then, it's been really a great adventure to kind of figure out what Christmas is going to look like for me. And celebrating it, in my own way has been really enjoyable and exciting. So that's my Christmas present.
Well, I'm going to preach in a few minutes. But this year for me, Christmas has been extra special because for the first time since I can remember, I decorated the house by myself.
Come on.
I was so proud of myself. I'll give you my address. You can drive by and see my wondrous works. Now, I had a family member, Sister Paxton, that came over to the house and commented on, like, why is that tree off? Why does your wreath look like a triangle? But I didn't care. I did it by myself. I was so proud of myself. And today, I decided that I was going to spend the day with me today. And so after prayer, I took myself a little breakfast. Mother Beverly, I fried some sausage. And had a banana nut muffin and drank a cup of coffee, talked to my dad, and just listened to Christmas music. It was quiet. It was just a nice me time. So for me, this present Christmas 2021, I do some things differently this year, but I made some memories for myself.
All right, who's next?
Christmas of 2021. This has been a really nice Christmas holiday and season for us, for my family. One of the things that I know we've shared before that we did this year is our 25 days of Christmas. And so each day in December, doing some activity or fun, something fun with the kids and with our family. I won't say we skipped a day or two here or there because life happens, but the kids I think have enjoyed themselves. I know my husband and I have enjoyed ourselves. And just the different things, whether it was singing or karaoke at the house or decorating, going on little adventures and trips and things like that. So it's been a lot of fun. And I can really say this past week has been really nice, just being at home with our family, being able to spend time watching Christmas movies with the kids and eating popcorn, and we're supposed to have some hot chocolate a little later on. So it's just been really nice, a quieter Christmas season, but one that I'm very grateful for. Amen.
All right.
Usually for Christmas, I spend it with my three sisters, but they're gone to Georgia, so this will be my first Christmas spending it as like an only child with my grandparents.
Take your claim.
Let's the worshiping song, Angels We Have Heard Enough.
Okay,
And then we'll have Christmas Future.
Singing,
Christmas future.
Christmas future.
Christmas future. No.
Well, I mean, I don't know what tomorrow holds, and I don't know if we will make it to next year. But I thank God for the, we've been married now for this, I think, our third Christmas, second Christmas, one of them, together, and so we're trying to, make new traditions as we go along, and so, I or do that year. So this year again, because we bought another house, we were able to get a nice, ornament with the house on it. It's really cute, little penguin stuff. I'll show y'all. And then another one that we do is go to Red Lobster, where we got engaged on Christmas Eve. We go there every Christmas Eve as well. We've been able to continue that, and so we pray that we will be able to continue that in the future as well. And we've actually also been doing our picture Christmas cards. Which have been kind of enjoyable to do you? Yeah. Everybody didn't get one. Next year we're gonna order more. So that is my Christmas future. So we don't order enough for everybody. But it's I think it's a good thing to try to have a tradition, try to start something, do something different. Because we never know again what tomorrow will hold. But to celebrate Christ in whatever way we possibly can, I will make it as big as possible. I will always, and that's what I was sharing with my family the other day, it was like Christmas is always going to be special no matter what happens. I will never allow it to be overshadowed by bad things, because it's going to happen. It's going to happen anyway. But if we can remember why Christmas was even possible to happen, I think in the future, if we can keep that in mind, keep that at the forefront of our mind, keep that in perspective of why we celebrate Christmas in the first place, that will go a much longer way. Amen?
Amen.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, so Christmas future. I like Sister Deanna, I don't know what my future holds. But I do know what my past held for the past 2 years that we've been in a pandemic. And my family and I started a new tradition, like Sister Paul. She's younger, so she can go 25 years. We only do 12 because I'm older. And my hope and goal for the future is that it really kept things in perspective, because family is most important for me. I can't say for everybody. family is very important to me. I don't care what you think. My family is very, very, very important to me. And anything to get me to have fun with my family, I'm gonna do it. To enjoy things. I've learned something these past 2 years. You know, I don't know how to decorate a globe. I don't know how to make a globe. I don't know how to decorate an ornament, but I learned it. And I'm gonna take those things into the future. And I can look at my tree and I'm seeing I can't remember who stopped by. I said, no, I made that one, and I made that one, and I made that one. So for the future, I'm hoping more family members join in and don't stay home and sleep or stay home because you know we are getting older. The younger ones is okay, but we are getting older. And it's gonna be us in the end, you know, because eventually they'll go their direction. And it's gonna be us, and we gotta make sure that we keep each other active. So my goal for the future is to continue and keep each other and these things that we've done these past 2 years, that it goes into the future with us. Thank you. Amen.
Amen. Come on, Christmas future.
That's it.
She got one.
My Christmas future is I'm planning that next year I take all the girls to Jamaica for them to experience Jamaican Christmas.
All right.
Where it's not getting up and have gifts and, you know, sit down watching TV and all, you know, so you experience different culture of Christmas. So that's my goal for my Christmas future.
All right.
No.
Go ahead.
We have time for you.
My goal for the Christmas future is similar to what Sister Moses says. I will experience Christmas abroad. I love travel. That's one of my favorite things to do. And so I would love, especially since we're older now and it's just us, we're almost empty nesters. Almost empty nesters. We can just, and actually we're kind of empty nesters. We can get up and go because our children are adults. So, but I would like to do it abroad just to experience different things. Another tradition is, we actually just started this year, was with the Journey Center with the girls, just celebrating with them virtually Christmas. So they're celebrating Christmas now because in our culture, today is the day of the feast. So they were feasting, so I got a chance to make a toast with them just a few minutes ago. Of course my glass was empty, but anyway, so I got to see them. They're eating the foods right now. We got to do a toast together. I got to see them. So I think that's another tradition that I want to definitely be able to always be a part of them and their Christmas. But I would love to experience Christmas abroad and take my very lovely husband with me.
All right, yeah.
I just have to get this one in. My Christmas future. I want to have if I have to rent one, but I would like to have a puppy in my house. A woof. He can be a child. He can be a husky. He can be a little dog. If I have to rent one, lease one, just one of these Christmas years, I want a little puppy. I don't know about y'all. I need something. As I get a little older, have something kind of follow me sometimes. When I sit, somebody look at me when I'm eating breakfast, so to say. Y'all might not be there yet. They told me God was good. And all that Lord Jesus come around. I grew up with dogs somewhat. My wife, a long time ago, that's her story. She had, I think I've seen 2 dogs, maybe more. But it's just something, a man thing. Y'all might not get it. But God is good. And this year, and I'm not going back on it, this is the first year in my family we ever had anybody in the hospital. I'm kind of leave that one right there. But you know, it's a different year, but in the future we say, you know, thank you. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you, Lord.
Come on, sit down.
And now we have our pastor come up and give us our
Annual Christmas address.
Amen. Amen.
Nations rise, join the triumph of the skies, with angelic hosts proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Amen. Thank you, Deacon and Sister Moses, for being our master of ceremonies tonight. We kind of threw them to the wolves, but they were once friends. I really thank you so much. I'm going to pray tonight, and thank God for this day, and I want you to pray with me for friends and loved ones. I got a call this evening from a family member, and without getting too detailed, too personal, I have a family member that's in trouble right now. They're having some marital problems, and spouse came home and found them with a gun. And they called me to pray. Saints, there's trouble all over the land.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I dare say that there's someone near you right now that needs prayer.
Amen.
Some about us, we don't like to show it too much, and that's part of our problem. If you really testify and tell the story, the saints look at you funny. Like they are immune or absolved from trouble. There's trouble in all of our families.
Yes, sir. Yes.
And I would that we could sometimes bear how we really feel, so we can lean on someone's shoulder and cry every now and then. But I guess pride has